información. Hasta entonces.
Good morning and welcome into today's edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Ross Leonard. It is Monday, the 10th of February. We're rolling into Valentine's Day week, and we have a fun show coming up talking about chasing rabbits over in Vail Village, doing all the fun stuff this week and into the rest of the winter and leading up to this point. So we're going to talk about chasing rabbits. We're going to talk a little bit about how to make some Pop-Tarts at home. We got a fun show coming up. We're going to talk weather. Snow, not 50 degrees this week. We're talking snow this week, so grab that cup of coffee. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good Morning Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good Morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail. Indulge in the bold flavors of Makoto at Grand Hyatt Vail. Make your reservations today.
Welcome into the TV8 Weather Center. On this Monday morning, we have a high expected of 37 degrees today, but 31 degrees at 8 a.m. to start our day, and a 15% chance of some snowfall and partly cloudy skies expected throughout the day today, and some small winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour, a little more decent than I thought. Into the hourly. Around noon, things really heat up to 35 degrees, but those clouds are going to hang around most of the day today. At 4 p.m., temperatures are all the way down to 25 degrees, and those cloudy skies are sticking around into the evening. Into the I-70 corridor today, Eagle, a high of 43 degrees, Avon, a high of 39, Vail, 37, Denver, a high of 36. And throughout the Rocky Mountains today, we got lots of clouds. And lots of clouds means one thing. Tonight, a low of 20 degrees, partly cloudy skies, sunset at 5:37 p.m., and those winds died down a little bit. But looking ahead to the rest of this week, this is what we love to see here. A lot of snow potential this week. Tomorrow, Tuesday, a chance of snow, 90%, with a high of 33 and a low of 12. Wednesday, a 60% chance of snow with a high of 18 and a low of 3, so those temperatures are going to drop. Thursday, partly cloudy skies before Friday, and Saturday, another storm rolls in with highs in the 30s, lows in those teens to 20s there. So, going to get through these next couple days of snow here. Looking at the snow report, both Beaver Creek and Vail had a good snow showing this weekend. Beaver Creek, about 8 inches total this weekend, bringing the season total to 150 with a 43-inch base. And Beaver Creek's got 24 lifts open. That's 98% of terrain. What is the other 2%? 174 trails open at Beaver Creek, 8:30 a.m. open at Beaver Creek. Vail Mountain, they got over a foot this weekend, bringing the season total to 182 inches and the base to 54. And you know we're all about that base, no treble here. Vail's got 98% of terrain open, 31 lifts, 274 trails. So should be a great week for skiing, snowboarding, snow biking, whatever you like to do, get on out there. But be prepared if you're traveling through Colorado this week. Should be pretty snowy out there. Give those plows plenty of room. And we're going to be right back with Thea Noble joining us on the couch.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar.
I love that jingle because I love getting to talk about ski stuff first thing in the morning to inspire you to get out there and have a great day on the mountain. Well, this morning we're going to talk about the Oakley Line Miner. Now, this is a great goggle because Oakley has a very unique prism system within their lenses, and what this does is allows one goggle to cover a broad spectrum of light. Now, as we take a look at this goggle, you can see that it's going to have that rose-based tint starting in that goggle lens. Then you're going to see those other colors come through. This is the Prism Argon Iridium, and so it's going to have that pink tint to start, which is going to help you see as that light gets a little bit flat, but then you can see those greens, those blues coming through, and that's going to allow you to see while the light is nice and sunny out there. there. So this is a great goggle. If you're someone who doesn't like to change your goggle lenses, just have one across the board that's going to kind of work in all conditions. It's going to be a little bit dark on those very cloudy, snowy days. This is also an OTG goggle. You can see that cutout right there, allowing your glasses arms to fit into this goggle. Now, if you're someone who doesn't like to ski or snowboard with your glasses, well then we recommend you go over to see our friends at Eyepieces of Vail, as they've got some great inserts that you can put inside the goggle, and that way you can always see, so you can always ski or ride. Now, we want to thank Eyepieces of Vail for bringing you this Lens of the Day report. If you're making your way out there to enjoy the mountain, make sure that you can see perfectly, that way you can ski perfectly, and to do so, go see our friends at Eyepieces. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Coming at you from around the world. The biggest names in sports, entertainment, and business.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's no way.
Exclusive access and one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, you guys really did some deep research.
I don't think we should give him any more information.
In depth with Graham Bensinger.
I'm Jason Kennedy, and this is The Wager. Let's go, Wes! We've all heard about this pickleball craze. Celebrities are playing pickleball matches all the time, and they're challenging each other to these ridiculous bets. Now I'm bringing the cameras to their house with new celebrities and a new bet every week.
Hell of a rally there.
It's just real, genuine conversation.
I got invited to Usher's birthday party. What am I doing here?
And some pretty crazy antics.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Good morning, Vail.
Love is in the air here in the Vail Valley because it is Valentine's Day coming up this week, and one of the best places to go is Chasing Rabbits in Solaris in Vail. And joining us now is Thea Noble with Chasing Rabbits. How are we doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I'm glad we have our pink going on. We're in the spirit of Valentine's week.
Yes. We obviously coordinated this with this Love in the Air this week.
We always do.
Chasing Rabbits is one of the coolest places in Vail. It's a couple years old now, if people don't know, but it is the place to be and be seen, and it is the place where the most fun happens throughout the winter and summers here. But what is going on this week specifically at Chasing Rabbits?
Yeah, so we have a few things that we're doing for Valentine's Day. If you're single, if you're in a relationship, or just looking for galentines, we're kind of hitting it all. So one of the things we're doing is our first ever speed dating event. It's called Rabbit Romance. and it's in our Moon Rabbit Speakeasy. So it really fits well in that room with the reds and the velvet. And we will be pairing people up. They can meet and have platonic relationships. Maybe you get a friend out of it, business connect, or maybe you find some romance. We'll be serving a complimentary cocktail, a little love potion.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and the cocktails in there are really fun in that room. That's the room where we serve that cosmonaut, you know, the little
the smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, the famous with the astronaut bunny. We have a cocktail in there out of a ship. And this is going to be our Winter Dragon, which is like a hot pink drink.
Awesome.
To be in theme and hopefully meet a lot of different people, especially being in a small town. It's sometimes hard to meet people in the valley, so a great way to connect over rabbit romance.
I know a thing or two about that. Any kind of advice for people thinking about going to this thing to ease some nerves or kind of encourage people to get out and try this?
I think it's all about having fun, and you never know who you'll meet, and just looking at like making friends, and then you can kind of meet a lot of different people, and just a great way to connect. And everyone has a shared love because they're all in the mountains, all have a shared love of skiing, the outdoors, and so you have that commonality.
I love that. I love it. When is the singles one?
That is the day before Valentine's. So, you know, maybe you hit it off, maybe you go get a Valentine's dinner together.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And then the next day we have, we're doing a special menu with different food that are kind of aphrodisiacs. We have surf and turf, we have oysters, and we have a special menu for Valentine's Day in our Mediterranean restaurant, as well as the full menu as well. So if you don't want to do that, have from the full menu, or you can do special three-course.
It's a special occasion.
Yeah.
Go big on Valentine's Day. And then there's also a big show happening, right?
Yeah, so then we have a couple days after, this could be a really fun Galentine's event. So this is on the 17th, and this is Valentine's Burlesque. So it's being put on by Art of Air. They're an amazing local company. We had them before. They did a great acrobatic circus event for us. So they had jugglers, they had the straight jacket, they had contortionists, and it was so fun to see their artistry, like Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
And they're going to be coming back, and they will be doing burlesque, dancing, hula hoops, stilts, and just putting on an amazing performance in such an intimate place, being in the Moon Rabbit Speakeasy. So you can also get drinks, and it's just a fun kind of immersive show to be a part of, and Art of Air does an incredible job.
I love that. Anytime I see photos or videos of something from Chasing Rabbits and I wasn't there, I get FOMO, like big time FOMO. It just looks so amazing. I think I saw some photos of that last one, so that's great. If people want to come, how do they get tickets? Like, where do they go? How do they do it?
Our website is chasingrabbitsvail.com, so you can always go onto our website, as well as at Chasing Rabbits Vail, our Instagram bio. We have a link in the bio as well, and I really suggest following us on Instagram because we post a lot of kind of like surprise acts and shows on there. And also through our website, you can go onto Eventbrite to get tickets. And lastly, we have a newsletter, which is a great community, and we kind of announce things first. So you can go on our website and you can sign up to our newsletter. So lots of ways to get in touch, and we do so many events. And so it's a great way to kind of be in the know of what's happening within Vail.
Yeah, and these are some of those bigger events that, you know, around some of these holidays, but I know there's like bingo. Every week,
free bingo
right? The free
tonight.
Bingo. There's
Mondays,
karaoke, I believe.
Yeah, bingo is great for the family. That's fun. That's in our Rabbit Hole Arcade. So you can come play arcade games, and that's just like a great free community event. So we do a whole range of stuff from bringing in, you know, international celebrities, which we've had, to just kind of like fun community events. Yes, karaoke on Tuesdays. Wednesdays are Latin night, which is really fun to bring in. That's Casa Rabbits, and we have usually Matty Copia. He does an amazing job on Wednesdays, and we're actually bringing in Esther Anaya, who's out of Mexico City to come play. And so that's really fun to get some Latin music on Wednesday nights, and that's also usually a great local crowd as well.
Definitely, definitely. How have things been going over there? Now that it's been a couple years and kind of got your feet under you over there, how are things looking over there?
It's great. I mean, it's so fun to be able to keep innovating and doing new events. We actually just had our first ever outdoor opera shows.
Right.
We converted the Solaris ice rink. It was really fun. We put snow on top of it, and we partnered with AM Radio out of LA. and we brought Surf Mesa, Emmett Fenn, Justin J, and we had over 1,000 people RSVP for the free show online, and they came on up. People came from Denver, people flew in from LA, and it was just an amazing time in the center of Vail to have this kind of après show. And then we did an after party in Chasing Rabbits, and we had some amazing partners for that. And then we also just brought in a Grammy-nominated artist a couple days ago. He played outside. That's totally Enormous Extinct Dinosaurs, and he that was with Raw Proof and Status Cut, and they did a great job. And then we did the after party as well, and we'll be doing a few more of those outside events. So kind of always doing new things, and we love to hear from the community. The community can put on private events as well, and so they're putting on their own events and coming up with ideas we could never imagine as well.
So great, so great. I gotta ask, how do you describe how to get to Chasing Rabbits to people? Because I'm walking around Solaris all the time. I see people like looking around. I'm like, I know exactly where you're trying to go. Follow me.
Yeah, so there's two different entrances actually. So the main one leads you into the restaurant. And then from there you can go into the arcade or the library. And then there's another back kind of like speakeasy entrance that leads you to the Moon Rabbit, where you go underneath a little tunnel archway. So it's that fun experience of getting, going through both. And we're actually converted movie theater, so you kind of have that feel.
Right. And that's why there's such big open spaces and just a beautiful setting. What else is going on these next couple of weeks or months in the winter here?
Well, actually, I'm sure a lot of you know that John Summit and the Experts Only team is doing a huge takeover in Vail, which is incredible. He sold out Madison Square Garden, one of the biggest DJs, and his whole team is really creating a lot of culture within the house music. And so we had them last year, which was super fun for an after party. And they're doing an entire takeover, on the Mountain, Dobson, Avanti, all over. And we're really excited to be doing one of the after parties. Layden, Gordiani, and Ranger Trucker and the Experts Only team are going to play there. That is actually on Valentine's Day, on the 14th. So a little fun party for anyone who wants to go.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and then we are also on the 16th doing something really innovative with them, which is they're hosting the lodge experience. So they take over our space and they turn it into a ski lodge.
Let's go.
And it's a merch pop-up, and it's like a super fun daytime event.
So cool.
And last year we did it, and John Summit appeared, and he decided he wanted to bartend, and so he was doing tequila shots for people and taking photos, and it was like such a surprise. So you kind of never know who will show up. And that was such a fun, intimate experience. And some people are like, I heard, don't even live here. They're like, I'm flying in for this experience. So we're excited to welcome people from all over the world this weekend.
That's awesome. Chasing Rabbits over in Vail. Anything else we should have talked about?
I mean, we are also going to have comedy, which I love comedy. I love the puns, improv, all of that.
My algorithm knows now. So like when I'm scrolling through videos and stuff, I just get tons of comedy. It's great.
So Twan Wood with High Altitude Comedy is coming on the 21st, and that is going to be amazing to have some of this kind of like art, culture, performance that we're trying to bring to Vail. And so comedy is always one of my favorite events. So I think that just laugh, relax, have a lot of fun, and in a small room where it's a little bit interactive. And then, like you were saying, with these weekly events, we have magic weekly. Every other week we have magic or tarot card reading. And we also have live music every Thursday, which is really fun to hear live local musicians. And then every Friday and Saturday we're bringing in different DJs. So this week as well, we have Sunforce, who's Swedish DJ, who's amazing, who's going to come, and as well as Paul, he is going to open for her, Paul Ripke, which is great. He's actually a famous photographer out of Germany. He has 1 million followers, and he's getting into DJing. So we're kind of like blending all the art forms.
So great. So Chasing Rabbits, something for everyone this week. I think whether you're single or you're married or you're just looking to get out and have fun with the girls, whatever you're looking for, Chasing Rabbits is the place to be. Thea, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me as always. I love to be here, and I'm happy to be able to talk to you.
Yeah, and so grab your tickets for this week. Definitely, I highly recommend following along on social media. If you like FOMO, that's the one to follow, because you will definitely get it. And we will be back with the rest of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
This show looks at anything that has an engine and a story told by the owners. This is a scooter. Have you had it the whole time?
I have not. It's actually the third time I've owned the car.
Sell regret, sell regret. To the actual prototype GT40, I got to sit in that car.
Oh, I gotta give me one of these, man.
We've got all the muscle, the speed, and the stories.
I got stage 4 cancer. A bunch of friends came together and decided if this thing needed to get done, man. A lot of friends came together and made this thing happen.
Hey, if it has an engine and a story, you're going to hear about it on rides. Almost every vehicle, doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, there's some tie to your past.
Good morning, Vail.
Fellowship Fiesta is giving people the opportunity to connect without the bar scene. So they're going dancing, playing board games, all that fun stuff without the bar scene. Let's take a look at how Fellowship Fiesta operates.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to spark some connection with the community, have some fun, dance a little, meet new people, and maybe feel a little less lonely during these tough winter months, Joshua Morita and Kimberly Alarcon with Fellowship Fiesta have created such a special event for everyone in the community to come enjoy, meet new people, and have fun. Joshua, Kimberly, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank
How
you
are
for
you
having
doing?
us.
How are we feeling?
Thank you very, very much for having us here.
I'm excited to chat about Fellowship Fiesta. Y'all were here about a year ago when you were first launching Fellowship Fiesta through the Family Leadership Training Institute, which both of you participate in. And now you're back for Volume 2, so we're excited to learn all about it and some of the changes that you guys have made. I want to hear, though, if you could remind everybody back at home, how did Fellowship Fiesta start? What inspired Fellowship Fiesta? I know you both have kind of a personal connection to it and helping create connection, but what really made you guys want to start this type of event?
Well, when I first came up with the idea of my project at the time, I was trying to think of what's important to me. So I was thinking back, and when I moved here, it was hard for me, even with my outgoing personality, to meet new people, especially people who wanted to do, things like dancing, karaoke, played board games, and things like that. Especially without that sort of pressure of the bar scene, what have you. But also Kimberly had a very similar vision.
Yeah, when I was here for the first time, I was kind of like surprised that during the winter time, you don't really have many options to socialize with other people. If you really want to connect with others, maybe you have the options of the bars, probably. But if you really want to do something different, then you will have to kind of like dig deeper. So we thought of why not provide this option to other people who are facing probably the same situation that we are facing.
So Fellowship Fiesta was born. So the idea is to have a series of 8 different activities, all different kinds of things, and we all meet a good time of the week, a good hour, so that everyone who's working hard can still come and have some fun and meet new people.
Yeah, I love that because winter does tend to be, that difficult time of year. Days are shorter, we're working, and we're not really out and about like we may be in the summertime. So having an opportunity to connect with community members and have a little bit of fun, I think it's important year round, but especially during the winter. And I know that you guys have been working really hard to prepare it to come back. We're going to be seeing you in different points of the community. But first, I want to hear how last year went. It was your first year launching Fellowship Fiesta. I know you guys received a lot of feedback from the participants, and you're working to implement some of those changes. So what worked last year, what didn't, and what did you hear from the participants?
Oh, absolutely. Well, attendance was pretty good. A dozen or more people every activity. Every activity seemed to go very smoothly.
Yeah.
Our meet and greet, people had little question cards to get to know one another. Nothing too personal, but something more than this is my name, this is where I work. So it was a nice way to break the ice, and we had, people kind of like share a little bit about themselves, and it was great.
Yeah, exactly. So other thing that we got as a feedback was that people wanted to have these Fellowship Fiesta sessions all over the place, like not only in Minturn, but also in other areas. So now we are implementing this project in Avon, in Eagle, and also in Edwards. So we are kind of like opening these options for other people who live in different areas, and everybody can arrive here using the bus transportation system.
Which luckily is now free.
Exactly. Yes, so now it's free. You can go, just take the core transit bus, and you can arrive to either the Tea Party in Eagle, where we are going to start our sessions, and then we're going to be at the library in Avon Library, and then we're going to be at the community center of Miller Ranch in Edwards. So yeah, many opportunities.
Lots of opportunities for people from all over our valley to connect, whether you're in the Edwards Avon area or down in Eagle Gypsum. You can come and spend some time with these folks at Fellowship Fiesta. It all starts on February 13th, right before Valentine's, so a perfect opportunity to, come and meet new people. Tell me about some of those dates, times, and where you guys will be meeting.
Well, on the 13th, we're going to have dance lessons so that everyone can learn a little bit of salsa, a little bit of swing, and get ready for that Valentine's Day with your loved ones.
Exactly.
Or just with friends.
Exactly. So friends or loved ones, we're going to start that on Thursday the 13th at the Tea Party. We're going to do 2 other Thursdays there at the Tea Party. So in total, we're going to have 3 Thursdays from 7:30 until 9:30 at the Tea Party in Eagle. And then we're going to have 2 Saturdays from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. at the library in Avon.
Okay.
This is in March, so it's going to be March 1st and then March 8th. And then we're going to have 3 other days in Edwards, in Miller Ranch, the community center in Miller Ranch. That's going to be also from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. And we're going to start the 12th. We're going to have the sound bath meditation is going to be that day. Yes,
exactly.
So we're going to invite our dear friend Jocelyn LaFerriere de Belton, and she's going to lead this session. This was the favorite probably of last year. Yeah, everybody loved it. And I think it's for the reason. Probably in these times we try to be more present, mindful about everything, and probably we need to have this moment of disconnection and grounding. Yes. So yeah, this is a really good opportunity also.
Yeah, relaxation is very important for our mental health.
Exactly, and I love that you guys offer a variety, whether it's dance and music, a little bit of relaxation through sound baths. We also have a display of board games, which I know is also going to be part of some of the activities that you guys are going to be participating. So really something for everyone to come and enjoy, try new things, and connect. I think is really at the core of this is connecting.
And having fun.
And having fun. And exactly, you can do this by doing stuff like a board game or a little dance night. So I love what you guys are doing. How can folks register? I know they can text a number, QR code. Give us all those details, Kim.
Yeah, sure. So they can send a text to us. They can send a text fellowship to the number 970-904-1792. And also they can scan the QR code, Joshua.
Yes, exactly. That'll take you to our Instagram page where you can see some stuff from last year and get to know us a little better, and we'll have all the details and everything as well.
And if you guys have questions, you can just DM us. We are going to be available there and to answer all the questions that you may have. There is no age limit, let's say. Of course, you have to be an adult in order to participate in these activities, but it doesn't matter if you are 21 or 51 or 61. The only thing that we're trying to focus here is just to offer an option for people to kind of like connect with others, socialize a little bit outside the social media, have, you know, this opportunity of human touch. And then if you are willing to bring something, I don't know if you want to share a board game or if you want to bring, I don't know, nachos or something some food to share with everybody,
that's
you are
awesome.
welcome. You are welcome. So
Exactly. And yeah, one of the things we did learn from last year is that this helped a few people through their kind of doldrums for this winter season, you know.
It can be a difficult time of year. It definitely is for me, and I know for a lot of people in the community. We were just seeing that flyer up on screen that has the QR code that you can scan, which will take you to the Instagram page for Fellowship Fiesta, as well as the number. You have all the details on there. They're meeting 7:30 to 9:30, kicking things off this Thursday, February 13th at the Tea Party in Eagle, which is such a unique space. So it'll be a fun place to kind of kick off things. Break the ice a little bit, meet some of the people, and then end the night with a little bit of dancing.
Absolutely.
So lots of exciting things happening this winter for Fellowship Fiesta. I'm excited that you guys have brought it back for round 2. I know it'll continue to be a success. For anybody back at home watching who may be feeling a little lonely this winter, or who is unsure of like, how can I make friends? How can I get out there? What message do you send to them and so they can come in and enjoy Fellowship Fiesta?
Exactly. Well, whether you're with someone or just by yourself, come along, meet people, have fun. You know, important thing is just to keep an open mind and join in the festivities.
Exactly. Yeah. And we are naming this fellowship because we want to build a community.
Yeah.
And probably you can come with your best friend or maybe a friend from work that you would like to connect more, but inside, you know, your working hours, you may not have the chance. So bring them over and we have a nice chance to connect with everybody here.
Bring your friends, bring your coworkers, bring your family, and enjoy Fellowship Fiesta, which kicks off this February 13th, and we'll see you out there. You guys will be all over the place, so we're excited to hear all about it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys for coming. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back with more of the show after this. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Morgan. I'm with Ron Byrne & Associates. And today I'd like to welcome you to Mine House and Mi Casa, a premier bed and breakfast right here at the base of Beaver Creek Mountain. Let's go inside.
This property is currently being run as a bed and breakfast with 20 bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. Right now we are standing in Mi Casa, and next door we also have Mine House. A wonderful opportunity to own a turnkey hospitality business, but it's also an opportunity to own it as a private residence. It can be sold all as one or in individual pieces, however you choose.
So now that we've had a chance to show you these two amazing properties, Mi Casa and Mine House,
we would love the opportunity to show you in person. Give us a call.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season at Farley.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on that very first chair, two very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dogg, N-A-T-E, D-O-G-G-G-G.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair.
Second chair nightmare.
Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
and watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No.
Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into the TVA Weather Center on this Monday morning, starting out at 31 degrees around 8 a.m. We'll see a high of 37 and a 15% chance of some snow today, but partly cloudy skies, lots of clouds expected today, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds coming from the west-southwest today. Into the hourly, things warm up to 35 at noon and then down to 25 by 4 p.m. with clouds continuing throughout the day today, and at 8 p.m. still hovering around 25 degrees. And into the I-70 corridor, Eagle a high of 43, Avon high of 39, Vail high of 37, Denver a high of 36, and throughout Colorado today, lots of clouds expected. And we know what those clouds means tonight, a low of 20 degrees with sunset at 5:37 p.m. Those winds start dying down. And into the rest of the week, we have a lot of snow expected, which we love to see. Tomorrow, Tuesday, 90% chance. Wednesday, 60% chance. Thursday, just a partly cloudy day before that next storm rolls in. And Friday, 90% chance of snow. Saturday, 60% chance of snow. So be prepared for some snowfall this week. Get excited. And if you're traveling, be prepared to give those plows some room and add in some extra time. Up next, we're going to check in on a travel destination in Elko, Nevada. Let's take a look.
Cheers from Elko in northeastern Nevada, a perfect spot to explore this growing trend of town sizing. This idea that we're going not just to middle-sized towns and cities, but really, really small, off-the-grid destinations to unplug from our everyday reality, better connect with people on the ground, connect with Mother Nature as well. First off, let me tell you a little bit about Elko, Nevada. This is a Western-inspired gem here in the northeastern part of the Silver State, established back in 1868 by settlers making their way toward California. But then they found gold in the hills here locally, and so they settled in Elko and some of the surrounding small towns here as well. Gold mining continues to be the #1 industry in this area today. That and a burgeoning cowboy culture. In fact, there are just beautiful sprawling ranches out here, wide open space, Western and Native Indian inspired culture and arts experiences as well, drawing people from all over the world to this very unique off-the-grid corner in northeastern Nevada. This is part of the Cowboy Corridor, a 400-mile stretch from Nevada's eastern border with Utah to its western border with California, dotted with a variety of small little towns, population 2, 4, 6,000, and several ghost towns sprinkled in there as well. Part of the appeal of town sizing is not only connecting with the people who live in these very small, off-the-beaten-path destinations, but with Mother Nature at her finest and at her most unspoiled as well. This is considered one of the most untouched portions of the country, cradled by the Ruby Mountains, a beautiful 80-mile crescent-shaped mountain range, perfect conditions for skiers in the winter season. And then when the snow melts in the spring and the summer, folks come out here for some fantastic hiking, mountain biking, some great fishing as well, thanks to the fact that there are more than 24 alpine lakes up here, some great golfing in this destination as well. So beautiful, pristine, open space, great to enjoy during the day, but then at night, another growing trend out here, dark sky tourism. We're so far away from urban epicenters, so far away from light pollution, that the night sky is simply jaw-dropping, and people will look for these celestial happenings to pop up on the calendar and then gravitate toward places like Elko to come enjoy the night sky, stars, constellations, planets, galaxies seen with the naked eye that you can only see when you're far, far away from light pollution. One of the big events coming up this summer for dark sky enthusiasts is the Perseid meteor shower making its comeback. Usually happens mid-July to late August every year. This year, astronomers telling us that August 12th and 13th is when the Perseid meteor shower will peak. We're talking 200+ meteors every hour streaking across the heavens above Elko and some of these surrounding surrounding communities out here. For more on Elko and this northeastern stretch of Nevada, check out travelnevada.com and check out the Travel Zoo website as well for a whole showcase on this portion of the Silver State with tips and deals to get you out here. All right, back to you.
Good morning, Vail.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. They're NFL insider, one of them. Is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
Join host Madison Brown as she visits with guests ranging from country star Toby Keith to magician Tommy Wynn. Explores the kitchen from cake decorating to cooking Hawaiian style, all while exploring unique locations across the country. Check your local listings and tune in.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Check your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back. Up next, we're going to check in with Kim in the kitchen, who's making a sweet and tasty breakfast treat for you to try at home. Let's take a look.
One of my childhood favorite things growing up were eating Pop-Tarts. It's brown cinnamon and sugar, strawberry. I loved the frosting, the combo of the baked good and all of the sprinkles they put on top of it. But as an adult, I'm always looking for healthier versions of things that I love, and I found an excellent Pop-Tart Uncrustable protein-powered recipe. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We've got a bunch of different ingredients, but to make the Pop-Tart itself, you can take any bread of your choice. I always try to go with the lower calorie option. We've got sugar-free strawberry jam because we are making a strawberry Pop-Tart. And then we've got some nonstick cooking spray, and I'll show you how to do that, plus egg whites. And this is what we're going to need to go ahead and get started with our Pop-Tarts. So we're just going to generously pour the egg whites into the bowl. And what we're going to be doing with that is it's going to be used as a sealant. It'll help kind of press everything down on our Pop-Tart itself. And we'll go ahead and get started. So you just need to grab 2 slices of bread. And this recipe that I'll tell you a little bit about will make up to about 4, but it really doesn't matter. You don't really need to measure anything out in this. We've got 2 slices of bread. I'll move my bread off to the side here. As you can see, what we're going to be doing is we're going to generously coat the bread into the egg white. So you want to do it on both sides, but we'll do one at a time because we have to do a little bit of work on this bottom half of our toaster. You're thinking, how in the world do you make a Pop-Tart out of bread? Well, I'm going to show you. Uncrustables, I know for me, when I'm on the mountain, are one of my go-to snacks. So I love being able to kind of combine the Uncrustable with a Pop-Tart and really make my own version of what I enjoy. Now, you can't go too wrong with the egg whites. So I would say just generously coat that bread. As you can see, we did it here on this side. And then we're going to take our spoon and you're going to press it down in the middle just like that as we continue to press that down, right? So we're taking that down and we're pressing it down, creating a pocket for the strawberry jam that we're going to put into the middle of our Pop-Tart. So that's the first one. Then we'll take this and we'll do just about the same on this piece of toast as well, except this one we don't need to press down. We're just going to do a nice little coating here. You can just put it over the top there. You can press it down if you want to really fill up that Pop-Tart. But again, egg whites. Do not be scared to generously coat that piece of bread as we continue to make these Pop-Tarts. So we're just coating it all the way to the edges, and don't worry, we are going to fix the shape. So if you're like, how are you, what are you doing with the crust there? We're going to cut them off, don't you worry. An Uncrustable, it's the best. All right, so we've coated the top and the bottom of our bread. We're going to take our jelly, grab a spoon, and I'd say you'd probably want to do like anywhere from 1 to 2 tablespoons of this jelly. We're just going to drop it into the middle of our piece of bread, the piece that we've already kind of hollowed out. You can spread it around just like that. We'll just spread it around, and it's okay because it is going to get heated up. So if it's not fully spread, that's okay. It'll eventually like soften and melt together. Now I like this recipe because it's not going to be super sweet like a traditional Pop-Tart because we are using the sugar-free jam, but the frosting will give it that added extra that it needs. So then we're going to just put the top of the bread just like this. And you can feel it. You can see that it's very wet on the bottom from all of that egg white. Now what we're going to do is we're going to coat the outside edges. You can use your thumbs to start pressing it down, just like this. Just press your thumbs all the way around the Pop-Tart so we're starting to seal it together. But the best part and the way to seal it together is to use more of that egg white. So we're just going to egg white all the way around the edges. You can use your fingers to kind of get it going. Relatively speaking, this is a pretty quick treat to make for yourself. It's loaded with protein because of the egg whites and low sugar content because we're using sugar-free jam. Now, to make the Uncrustable and give it those little ridges that a Pop-Tart has, we're taking our fork, we're pressing it along the edges. We're making sure that everything is nice and pressed together. That egg white, again, is going to seal the outside of it. So when we do put it into our air fryer, it's going to be nice and sealed. We're just pressing it down, just like that. Okay, not looking like a Pop-Tart yet, but I promise you it's going to. Now we're going to take a pizza cutter or a knife if you don't have one of these accessible, and you're just going to cut off that excess crust. There we go. And that's where it becomes an Uncrustable. We're going to keep on doing that, and then you just want to cut all of that crust off. So everything should be nice and sealed. Again, just take that fork again and press those edges down just like that. It's okay if it starts to kind of pop up a little bit. I'm going to move my egg white bowl out of the way so you can see what I'm doing over here. I'm just pressing my fork into the edges. Just like that. Now our air fryer, only needs to be in the air fryer for about 3 to 4 minutes, and that's in total. So we'll flip it about halfway through. You want to make sure that your air fryer is set to 400 degrees, and we're just going to do a light coating on top. If you have the nonstick butter spray, that's great, but if you don't, that's okay too. We're going to pop open our air fryer. We're going to take this Uncrustable. Now we're going to be flipping it halfway, so it's very heavy with the egg whites on one side. So we're popping that in there. We're going to go ahead and get started and set it to about, I'm going to set it to 2 minutes for now, and then we'll switch it over and we'll flip it. So we're done with our crust. That's round one. Now we're going to go ahead and get started on making the frosting. I've got lots of egg whites on my fingers here, so I'm going to fix that. We're going to clear a little bit of our workspace up here, just like that. And then I'm going to take a bowl. So with this frosting, this is going to be the fun and interesting piece. We've got Greek yogurt, sugar-free white chocolate Jell-O mix, and then vanilla protein powder. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with all of our dry ingredients first, and we're going to mix those together into this bowl. This is going to create the frosting texture and the flavor palette that we're looking for in this. So you can just take just a little bit of protein powder, and this again, you just kind of play with the consistency that you're looking for. The white chocolate, because this is going to be what makes our toaster or our Pop-Tart delicious. Give it that nice frosting flavor. We're going to rip open the packaging here. And again, we've got mostly of the vanilla protein. I wouldn't say it's equal parts. I'd say it's probably, 2/3 to 1/3 of powder is the 1/3, and then 2/3 to the protein powder here. So we're just going to mix that in just like that. Awesome. It's looking great. Then we're going to take a whisk. We're going to kind of stir it all together. And as we're stirring, it's nice and mixed in. And then we'll add a little bit of this cold water just like that, just to kind of start getting things moving and melting together. So we're just going to add the water, and we're going to stir it. So you can see it's starting to look like a nice frosting consistency there. So again, 2/3 protein powder, 1/3 of the white chocolate mix. And then here's what's going to make it nice and thick. We're going to add some Greek yogurt to it. This again will also increase our protein content on this. So it's a sugar-free, protein-packed Pop-Tart, which you probably never thought you'd hear those two things in one sentence, huh? Or three things, I guess. Pop-Tart, sugar-free, and protein-packed. So we're going to open up our Greek yogurt. Now this is really a consistency, whatever consistency you like. So this is just about enough to add to our Pop-Tart as it's cooking. We're going to add probably 1 spoonful of Greek yogurt into this just to thicken it up a bit, add a little more protein to it. Just like that. I'll put my spoon here. Of course, I'm using a million different utensils here in the kitchen, but it's just rocking and rolling. So we're going to stir it all together. You can obviously do a taste test, but if you are, I would recommend using a clean spoon and not sticking it back in there. You look at that. That's going to be great on top of our Pop-Tart. So I think I am going to do a little taste test and see. It tastes great. You can taste the white chocolate, a little bit of the vanilla protein powder. So we're going to check on our Pop-Tart. Now if you look here, it's nice and golden on the top. So I'm just going to reach in here and flip it over. It's a little bit toasty, so I'm going to set it down while I do that. We're going to flip it over, make sure that there we go, and it's done. I'm going to use my fork to do this. There we go, because it is hot. Up, and there we go. We're just going to flip it over. I think I put the wrong side down first. So there we go. We'll fix it. Maybe put the egg side down first in your not down first, but flip it over. Put the egg side down last so that it's got a base to it. But we're toasting it up. It's looking good. And then we're going to add the frosting to it once it's done. And then we'll add the sprinkles, which I've got. I love a good rainbow sprinkle. And we'll show you the finished product when we are back. And this is finished cooking right after this. Now we are just waiting for this Pop-Tart to finish cooking. We're going to flip it over here in a second. But to finish up the frosting, so we did the protein powder, the sugar-free white chocolate Jell-O syrup, and then the last piece that we need to include is a little bit of our powdered sugar. So we're already kind of getting in there in that that nice consistent frosting texture, but we're going to add just a little bit more powdered sugar to it to add a little extra layer of sweetness. Now, if you want to avoid the sugar at all possible, you can just leave that step out, but we'll add some additional water to it just to kind of thicken it up a bit and to keep it going. So I'm just going to stir that. You can tell that it's just a great, nice frosting consistency. We're going to keep stirring it. If you want it to be a little bit thicker, you can make it a little bit thicker. But look at how beautiful that looks. A nice white chocolate vanilla frosting for our strawberry Pop-Tart. So we're going to check on it, see how it's doing. It's looking great. We're going to flip it over in a second here. We're going to keep it going for just another minute. We're going to let it kind of settle in. I'm going to keep on stirring this frosting. Let me taste it and tell you how it tastes using my finger. Don't tell Mom. It tastes great. I could add a little more sugar to it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're just going to add just a tiny little bit more just to make it a nice thick texture. It's looking wonderful. Looking great. Again, you can really kind of play with whatever flavors that you want to with this. So if you wanted to do chocolate, you could. If you wanted to do Nutella, we're going to flip this guy over and get ready to finish toasting him. I'm going to call it Steve the Strawberry Pop-Tart. So we'll just wait a few more minutes. But again, any other flavors that you wanted to, you could do just a regular chocolate pudding. You could do a chocolate protein powder. You can eliminate the protein powder and just keep it purely sugar. But again, I like to sneak in protein wherever I can. So we're sneaking it into the frosting. I use the cottage cheese a lot in my other recipes. It's just a great way to do it. Then we're going to top it with sprinkles. So you can pick whatever sprinkles that you want to, but I think strawberry and rainbow sprinkles are a classic combination. So again, frosting is looking nice and thick. If you wanted to add a little bit more of whatever it is, and you can flavor it to your liking. We've got our plate here, so I'm going to get my plate ready. I'm going to grab a knife so that we can go ahead and start spreading our frosting on top of our Pop-Tart. Looks good. We're going to give it just a couple more minutes. Now, the reason that we put the egg white on it is we really want to make sure that those two pieces of bread are sealed. They need to be sealed together so that everything sticks together so that the jelly doesn't flop out of it. And you know, when you're initially scooping your jelly into the bread, it does get a little bit of like a very gel-like substance. But once it's been heated up into the air fryer, okay, we're looking great, nice and hot. Whew, toasty. So, as you can see, it kind of puffs up a bit more. It looks great. We're going to turn off the air fryer. There we go. And it puffs up just a little bit. So we're going to add some of that frosting on. It's a nice thick consistency. Let's just scoop it on out just like that. It looks pretty good. All right, and we are going to spread this on. Looking great. Take this sprinkle it on top. Oh my gosh, it looks awesome. Let's cut it in half and see what the inside looks like and take a bite of it. It's gonna be nice and toasty. It looks just like a Pop-Tart. This is my new favorite snack. Thanks for joining.
Good morning, Vail.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Ooh. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
TVA Vail is proud to announce the Wacky Winter Reading Program. We're asking children of all ages, K and even the teenagers going up to 12th grade, read 10 books or 1,000 pages by April 30th, 2025. You can find all the details on our website, tva8vail.com. Thank you to our sponsor, the lovely Eagle Valley Library District, where you can go pick up your book and have a great time. Have a great winter from your friends at TVA Vail.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade. And now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson. Trending news and entertainment.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into the TVA Weather Center. On this Monday morning, we'll see a high of 37 degrees, but 31 degrees at 8 a.m. to start the day. 15% chance of snow. Lots of clouds throughout the day today on Monday. Winds 10 to 15 miles per hour coming from the west-southwest today. Things warm up to 35 degrees around noon. Start coming down this afternoon to 25 at 4 p.m. and 25 degrees at 8 p.m. with those clouds continuing throughout the day today. And in the I-70 corridor, Eagle high of 43, Avon high of 39, Vail high of 37, Denver hitting a high of 36 degrees today with cloudy skies throughout the Rocky Mountain region, and into tonight a low of 20 degrees with partly cloudy sunsets. That sunsets at 5:37 p.m., 5 to 10 miles per hour to winds. This is what I wanted to get to. The rest of the week, lots of snow expected starting tomorrow, Tuesday, a 90% chance, Wednesday, 60% chance. Thursday, just a partly cloudy sky day with another storm rolling in this weekend on Friday and Saturday. So be prepared if you're heading out to the mountains this week. Have some fun. And thanks for tuning in to Good Morning Vail. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
I'm Amy Goodman.